What's up, guys? Kibis here from Meanwhile in the Man Cave, where we take a look at all things pop culture, games, toys, or anything we think is cool. And today, we are taking a look at yet another Todd McFarlane DC Multiverse figure. This is from the Solomon Grundy Build-A-Figure line here. Continuation of the ones we've been doing. We've already done the Arkham City Batman and the Arkham City Catwoman. This time we're doing Ra's al Ghul as he appears in the Batman Arkham City game. So, taking a look at the box here, it's the same with all these Todd McFarlane figures. Not a lot of artwork to see, and on the back, it's been the same with all of these figures from the Solomon Grundy line here. Just a picture of Solomon Grundy himself on the back. So, we are going to get the tape off and pop this open and take a look at the figure. Alright, so inside the package, it's the usual. You got your collector's card, and down on the bottom here, you got your stand, which we aren't going to pop out of here. Alright, we got the bands and the tape off here. First we'll do is we'll take out the sword. There. Looks like you got some etching up here near the blade. And down here. Not bad detail on the sword. Better than some we've done. This has a lot more detail than like Batman's grappling gun had in the last, a couple videos ago. All right, let's get him out here. Well, actually, we also have Solomon Grundy's arms. We're not going to get out those right now because we'll focus that on the final video that we do. All right. Let's see if it's the standard fare with the McFarlane articulation. So let's start with his head, back and forth movement, and you got your forward and back. Not a tremendous amount of nodding here, but it's there. And you do have the standard Todd McFarlane double joints at the elbow for movement. Now, doesn't look, we got forward and back on the shoulder here, but doesn't appear to be really any movement in the lateral. Oh no, here it goes. It is going out. It was just a little stiff. Okay, but you do have the lateral. All right, there is a joint hidden up here, a hinge, but because of the guards on his arm, it doesn't really allow you to use that. So you're just going to have the twisting of the wrist. So we're not going to focus on the other arm because it does the same thing. All right, then you got his legs. Again, the lateral movement as normal, and the standard McFarlane double joint at the knee for that extra level of articulation, which is nice for those. And his foot movement. Again, the toes like you normally do on the McFarlane figures. Some twisting motion, and forward and back. Not a lot of left to right, but maybe if you move, if you move that joint over, you can get some movement there too. Because you've got that hidden, if you look right there. The same motion it gives, the same hinge it gives him that motion. If you twist that a bit over and then move his leg, you can get some kind of motion there with that ankle, to get a little angle if you want to put his leg back in kind of like a bracing motion or something like that. Also with this figure, you have his waist motion. You can twist, but because this is like a chest armor, it's actually almost like a rubber-like material. He may have the ab crunch in there. You're not going to be able to utilize it because this isn't flexible enough to let him hold that pose. It won't. This thing will kind of spring him back into motion. So the ab crunch that's in there isn't really usable on him. So let's get him in some poses, see how he looks, and give him a once around. Probably with the least amount of being museum-like. I was able to get him to hold the sword with two hands, which is what I really kind of wanted. Wasn't going to be a ton of variety, though, with him holding that sword with two hands, because there's not a lot of flexibility with the elbows and everything. So you can't, like, I didn't seem to be able to get him to hold it over his head or anything like that and have it look that good. But who knows? If I play around with it a little more, maybe I can. But didn't mind this pose too much, so we decided to go with it at least quick for the video. So let's look him over here. Face isn't bad and everything on this. This actually looks pretty close to what he looks like in the video game itself in Arkham City, if you've played it. His armor looks pretty nice. Tattoos on his arm are a nice touch. Not a whole lot to look at on this figure, though. Not a lot of peripherals. And not a whole ton of variety for his poses. The paint on the actual leather of his outfit looks pretty good. Does give a pretty decent illusion of fabric. So overall, I think this is a pretty decent figure. Just not a whole lot to look at on this. So I'm going to leave you with this. I want to thank you guys all for your support. It means a lot to me. And please tune in to the next episode of Meanwhile in the Man Cave. Talk to you guys later.